In today's video, we are going to build an AI-powered HR chatbot using a few Python files, FastAPI and OpenAI. It's a beginner-friendly real-world AI project, so if you have never done it before, this is your starting point. You can code along. The rest of the code I can share you in comments also if you like. Learning. So this is what you learn after you watch the video. How to connect OpenAI APIs, how to create API endpoints, how memory works, how LLM works, how to run your own chatbot locally. So these are the steps. The first one is create a project folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open command prompt and I'll create a project folder. So let's name it as AI HR because this is what we're creating. Let's go inside the folder. Let's see the next step. The next step is create virtual environment. Now why virtual environment is so that all the project dependencies are saved separately in our folder. So the first value is for creating virtual environment. The second value is the name of the folder where our project dependencies will go in. Now creating virtual environment in itself is just not enough. We need to activate it also. Let's activate it. Now how do you know whether it's activated or not? Is you see Wendy before the C drive. Now let's go ahead. The next is we have created virtual environment, we have activated it. Let's install these packages. So the packages that we are going to install is FastAPI, that is for building APIs. Uvicorn is the server that would run your FastAPI apps. OpenAI to connect to GPT models. I'm using for raw. You can use whatever you like. And python-dotenv and python-dotenv package to securely load your API keys from the environment files. Now we are saving our API key in our environment file. Why? Because we don't want to make it public. We are not going to hard code into our code so that it's not made public. Just like you don't want to give your house keys to everyone. No? Similarly, API key we want to keep as private as possible. So let's install these packages. FastAPI, Uvicorn, OpenAI, and .NET. Now the next step is to create the project files. As I said, we need a few Python files here. Main py, it will FastAPI. The roots are stored there. Memory file for storing the chat history. LLM to handle OpenAI responses, and the environment to securely store your API key. Let's create them. So type NUL. Sorry. So this is creating an empty file. Let's name it main file, memory, LLM, and environment file. So now let's see the repository also. We have created so many files. Let's see where are these created. So as I said, in Windows C I created AI HR folder. In AI HR folder I have the virtual environment, the files that I just created now. C, LLM, main, memory, they're all here. And here are packages. All the packages that we just installed will be in our virtual environment. Let's go back. So let's open our LLM file and let's see the code that goes inside it. So this is the code that will go inside. So in our LLM, we are importing the OS environment, the API keys here, and the messages, and you can see the model name, and also the responses that will be returned now by 0, because we want all the responses. As you know, the array starts from 0, the array list. Control S. If you want it in more detail, please write comments. Now let's go for another file. Let's go for Notary. So here we have two functions. The update memory function and get memory functions. We are using two functions here. Now let's go for main file. That is going to connect all of them. So we are importing the FastAPI, getting the responses, importing these functions. Now system prompt. System prompt is very important. What actually happens is the user sends query. The query will go to the memory. This system prompt plus your chat history, these are the controlling factors. They will go to your LLM, and the AI will generate a response. So whatever response you get is again returned and stored in your chat histories. You can see system prompt plus get. So whatever you're writing in the system prompt, this is what is controlling your AI. It is giving a prompt to AI that you are an HR assistant, answer professionally, this is the company policy, and things like that. Save it. Now, one more thing is there. Yes, open it. This is what we need. So now, .env file, what goes here. Now your API key will go here. Let me show you from where you can get an API key. So this is your platform, OpenAI.com. On the left hand side, you see API keys. Click on it. So these are the keys that I've already created, but I can't access them now. I can't even see the full key. So remember, whenever you are creating a new key, let's name it as and create a secret key. So you will be able to see the secret key only when you create it. So always remember to copy it and save it somewhere safe. So let me save it also in my Word file so that I can reuse it. And done. As soon as you are done, see, you will not be able to see it. That was what I was talking about. So let's go to our command prompt again. Also, and Control S and save. Now we've created all our files. After creating all these project files, next is run the server. So let's run the server now. Let's go to our command prompt again. So as I said, Uvicorn is our server. Main is the file name. App is your FastAPI object. And reload will do what? It will automatically refresh the server when the code changes. This is what you should get after you are done. Application startup complete. This shows that you have successfully created it. You can run it on your local computer. Now the next step is, if I want to check it on browser, how do I do it? Let's see how that also. However, that part is not important. It's just to check. I'll put the link also. This is FastAPI Swagger UI. And here, let's see, if I want to chat, and let's try it out. Let's put the query, how many leaves do I get, and execute. Let's see, choose error, or it gives me an answer. Even if it gives you error here, that doesn't mean it is not working. If your API is at fault, or it's not working, or you have run out of responses, it will not show you a result. However, on my side, yes, again, see this error, internal server error, it shows what? The response was successful. This is what you need to see. The successful response, you got a successful response. However, internal error just means that you have run out of your credits. I may have run out of my credits. Let's go to a command prompt and see what it says. So if you get 200 code, it is running. Exception in application, it means I have run ASGI. So I've run out of my responses. I've used all the credits that were available for free. However, if you have some credits remaining, it will give you the answer. So what was the answer that you were expecting was that these is the number of leaves that you get annually. However, your application is running. If you do have credits, feel free to use the API and use it. Now, the concepts that we used in today's video were LLM, prompt engineering, memory system, and API backend. Now, there were some drawbacks also. Let's see the drawbacks also. What are the limitations of the project that we just created? Number one is memory will reset whenever your server restarts. Second is shared memory for all users. So let's say if I want to create something, let's say each and every user have a different memory, I can have that also. And there was no authentication, we can add that. So for a starting point, if you want to learn AI applications, API development, LLM integration, this is your starting place. Next level upgrades that you can do into it is you can add user sessions, that is separate memory per user. You can have your own front end. You can store your chat in your database. You can deploy it in AWS or Docker. You can add a voice input as well. So happy learning. The code that I was using, the functions that I've used in the Python files, I can share it. I'll create one more file with you, file for you and share. Thank you very much. Happy coding.